they've both been in football long enough now to understand that, and respectfully that it was going to be a little bit hostile at times, but in the right way. I thought the fans were really respectful with it. I thought that they both handled the atmosphere as did the whole team. We tried to speak about, it's going to be a high tempo for everyone, not just Dec and Jack. But I thought, obviously it's great for them too that they've scored the goals, but more importantly that the team's won and they've kept a clean sheet.
OK, so how does Carr's ball differ to England under Southgate? Well, comparing last night's performance to England's group games at the Euros, they had more shots and created more chances. There were fewer long passes, but more touches in the box, more forward passes, and they won more duels too.
Well, particularly the first half, I thought that they really got out the traps and asked questions early on to Ireland. He actually delivered what he said he was going to do, Lee Carsley, by trying to get more effective front players on the ball, which he did. I think what impressed me more so is that I've seen a lot more movement than what I've seen under Gareth, really, to be quite honest, in that forward line, as in, the likes of Saka coming inside, fullbacks pushing on. I think we've got the likes of Bellingham, Foden to come back into the equation. Gordon had a very good game. Jack was brilliant in the game. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. It's a watchable thing, which I think all the fans and all of us that sit and watch the England games, we want that excitement.
We do. We see it a lot in club football, but Declan Rice's goal may have been the first time in an international that a player hasn't celebrated against his old team, though Grealish didn't hold back. Rice explained his decision and revealed he's only just feeling near to his best.
To come here today and just to play, enjoy that environment, I really, really enjoyed it. And to score and obviously get an assist for Jack as well, I was really, really happy. To be honest with you, I've not been feeling 100% fit so far. Kind of been using my pre-season in the Premier League. But today I feel like I took a real step. I could feel it within myself. I was feeling back to myself, feeling springy, feeling like I can run around the pitch. Feeling more powerful. My nan and granddad, my dad's side of the family are all Irish. They're obviously passed away, they're not here anymore. So I think to have celebrated it would have been really disrespectful of me, with them obviously not being here anymore and with them being my dad's parents. I didn't want to do that, to be honest with you. Obviously I had such an amazing time playing for Ireland. Even in the first team, the under-19s, 21s, there were great memories that live with me. So look, I don't have a bad word to say, to be honest with you. I wish them all the best, like I always do with anyone. And Harry Kane obviously tried to give me the armband, but obviously Stonesy's probably more senior and experienced than me. And I just said to Harry, probably John deserves it more than me. So I said to give to John, and that was it. It doesn't need to be made into a bigger thing. I think John's one of the more senior ones, and usually he's captain when H don't play, so I think it was the right decision.
So last night's other goal scorer, Jack Grealish, who you'll remember missed out on a place at the Euros, posted this on Instagram after the match. He said, "Felt so good to be back playing in an England shirt. Perfect start in the Nations League."
Yeah, so a very promising start for Carsley, who's expected to be in charge for all 5 of England's Nations League games through the autumn, as he auditions, basically, on a full-time basis for that role. As he previously confirmed, Carsley didn't sing the national anthem and said that the debate surrounding his decision has not affected him.
It's definitely not affected my day or my preparations. I found out about it this morning. I fully respect people's opinions. It's something that I've never done, but I fully respect the both national anthems. Today would be probably one of the proudest days of my career, to lead an England team out in Dublin. You definitely couldn't have writ it, but I don't feel hard done by or aggrieved. I would never judge anyone for doing singing or not. I had a great experience when I played for the Republic of Ireland, and I'm having a really good experience now in terms of the responsibility that I've got of being head coach interim for the senior team. So I think you've probably got to accept that with that does come a bit of judgment.
I know he played 40 times, obviously, for Ireland. Obviously that meant a lot to him in his career, and now he's England manager. Obviously I can't call for what he wants to do. All I know is that from us, from a set of lads, we've been so impressed with him this week. He's been so refreshing. His meetings have been top, really to the point, and the way we play and train is really different. So look, I think all the lads are really, really happy with him. Obviously, we had such an amazing time with Gareth. Some of the best memories that we probably could ever imagine for. Only thing was missing was obviously we didn't win a trophy in our time, but obviously with Lee now, I think he's adapted so well to the job, and I think he's given a lot of lads, a lot of confidence to go out and play. And look at Jack today. I think Jack's best when he's got like an arm around him and he's told how good he is. And I think Lee's done that this week. And Jack today went out there, and when Jack's playing with personality and confidence, he's one of the best players in the world. And I think that's what Lee's going to keep bringing to this team. So we need to be positive, and I think we will going forward.
So Carsley handed senior debuts then to Angel Gomez and Morgan Gibbs-White, who came off the bench in the second half. Both players won the European Championship at under-21 level with Carsley last year. And Gomez has described it as a dream come true. He's hoping to kick on in his senior England career.
Unreal. Can't put it into words, really. Just a local lad from Salford, just made his debut for England, so there's not much to say from that. Just the difference is obviously different players, and got to kind of pinch yourself sometimes to realise how lucky you are to be playing with some of the players that you're playing with on the pitch, and they make it easier for you, so it's really easy to settle in and play.
You've made it clear this has to be the start of things for you. It's not a one-off, is it?
No, for sure it's not. I'm eager for more. I can say it's just the beginning, and I'm hoping to really kick on and be able to show myself as much as possible.
Well, it was also a new start for the Republic of Ireland under Heimir Hallgrímsson. They faced Greece in Dublin on Tuesday, who won their opening game 3-0 against Finland. The Ireland head coach says his side can learn from that defeat.
We've played a good team, really good team. They exposed our weakness, so we can use a lot from this game, not talking about all the negatives. We can show them, or we can do this better, because we didn't do this happened, etc. So I think for one, it gives us an opportunity to look at what we are doing. But I think we can learn from this, grow from this, and improve step by step from what we were doing, instead of changing personnel or changing formations next game.
Manchester United transfer news live. Antony linked to Newcastle. Rabiot gets green light. Stay updated with all the latest Manchester United transfer news, opinions, and rumors. Welcome to our comprehensive Manchester United transfer blog, just 1 week before the return of the Premier League. While there's no competitive football this weekend in England's top division, United fans will be descending upon Old Trafford today as a Legends 11, featuring Wayne Rooney, takes on a Celtic 11 to raise funds for the Manchester United Foundation. While many familiar faces from the club's history will be on the pitch for a noble cause, Erik ten Hag will undoubtedly be keeping a watchful eye on the developments within his senior squad during the international break. With the Turkish transfer window closing on September 18th, there's growing speculation surrounding several United players who could be on their way out. One of the names generating headlines is Antony, who has been linked with a potential loan move to Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. Meanwhile, Casemiro, another underperforming player this season, is being tipped for a move to Galatasaray, a club looking to strengthen as the Turkish league deadline approaches. Both Antony and Casemiro have had far from ideal starts to their respective campaigns. The Brazilian winger has struggled to make an impact on the right flank, often criticized for his lack of cutting edge, while Casemiro's dip in form has been noticeable after a strong debut season. It remains to be seen whether either player will seriously entertain the idea of leaving Old Trafford, though the offers coming from Turkey could present intriguing opportunities for both. The question now is whether Turkish clubs can offer enough to persuade United to part with two key players this late in the transfer period. In the midst of all the speculation, United have received some positive news regarding one of their younger talents. Leny Yoro, the highly rated defender, has made significant progress in his recovery from injury. Yoro, who had been sidelined, is now walking without crutches, signaling that he may soon be available for selection. His return would be a timely boost for Ten Hag, who has been grappling with defensive frailties in the early stages of the season. United receives green light for Adrien Rabiot pursuit. One of the more persistent transfer rumors since the closure of the summer window has been Manchester United's potential interest in Adrien Rabiot. The French midfielder, who remains a free agent, has long been on United's radar as a possible reinforcement for the squad. Rabiot, who boasts experience at the highest levels with Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus, could be an ideal signing for United, given the club's need for midfield depth. There have been reports suggesting that Rabiot had attracted offers from clubs in Turkey, but according to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, the midfielder has no intention of moving to a Turkish club. This development effectively gives Manchester United the green light to explore their options and potentially bring the Frenchman to Old Trafford. Rabiot's quality and availability make him an enticing prospect, particularly as United looks to fortify their ranks without incurring heavy transfer fees. Would Manchester United regret selling Antony? With news that Newcastle United could be interested in a January move for Antony, a pressing question looms large over Old Trafford: would Manchester United come to regret selling the Brazilian winger? Antony's time at United has been mixed, to say the least. Signed for a staggering £86 million, expectations were sky-high for the former Ajax star, especially considering that Erik ten Hag personally vouched for the player. However, Antony has struggled to live up to the price tag, with his performances frequently falling short of the standards demanded at a club like Manchester United. The Brazilian winger has shown glimpses of his potential, with his flair and technical ability, but consistency has been a major issue. Now, there's speculation that Newcastle could come knocking in January with a bid of around £40 million. Accepting such an offer would mean United would be cutting their losses on Antony, effectively admitting that Ten Hag's major signing has failed to deliver on its promise. However, selling him at this stage could also mean missing out on the opportunity to see him turn things around and become a key contributor for the team. Given how much the club invested in him, both in terms of transfer fee and faith, it seems premature to let Antony go after just over a year at the club. United will have to weigh the potential upside of keeping him against the financial and squad-building benefits of offloading him in January. Newcastle January move for Antony. Reports from Caught Offside indicate that Newcastle United are preparing a January bid for Antony. Eddie Howe's side has been on the lookout for a player to add attacking depth, and it seems that the Magpies believe they can help Antony rediscover his best form. Antony has endured a difficult start to the season, but Newcastle's interest suggests that they see potential in him that can be harnessed with the right environment. Newcastle have reportedly made Antony their fallback option, should they fail to secure the services of Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest, another player with United ties. While Newcastle may be ready to make a formal approach for Antony, it's believed that Manchester United would only entertain offers in the region of £40 million. This figure, while significantly lower than the £86 million United paid to sign him, could represent a pragmatic decision for a player who has not yet found his footing in the Premier League. As the January transfer window approaches, the decision on Antony's future will become a key talking point. Will United hold on to the Brazilian winger in the hope that he will eventually fulfill his potential, or will they opt to cash in and move forward with other options? Only time will tell, but the outcome of this saga could have significant implications for United's long-term strategy.